What comes to your mind when you hear a mass shooting in America? Say some gunman has opened fire in people in a ballroom or at school children, party goers, people praying in places of worship, or just people walking on the street, minding their own business. What comes to your mind when innocent people are shot by gun-bearing Americans? I'm guessing, like me, you too ask yourself a very simple, very basic question. Why does this keep happening in America? What explains this inexplicable gun violence in America? What explains the number of people who can just pick up a gun and go and shoot random strangers? On the 21st of January, a 72-year-old man walked into a ballroom in California and he shot whoever he saw. 11 people died. They'd all come out of their homes that evening hoping to bring in a great Lunar New Year. A monster had other plans for them. 2 days after this incident, 2 students were killed in a school dedicated to helping at-risk youth. A teacher was injured. There was another shooting later that day. 7 people were killed in Northern California. At the time of this particular shooting, California's Governor Gavin Newsom was actually meeting the victims of the ballroom shooting in a hospital. He said he was pulled away from their bedside only to be briefed about yet another shooting. Imagine that. Just a couple of hours after this incident, 2 people were killed in Chicago. All of this was on the 23rd of January. Then on the 24th of January, 3 people were killed in Washington. There were at least 39 shootings in the first 23 days of this year in America. More shootings than days. More than 1,200 people have been shot dead in the US so far this year. That, of course, includes suicides, homicides, but at least 120 of these victims are children. 120 children killed in gun violence. What explains this? Those leading the country don't seem to have an answer.
Only in America do we see this kind of carnage, this kind of chaos, this kind of destruction of communities and lives and confidence and a sense of safety and belonging, which we all yearn for, regardless of our political stripes.
Now here's my question. Why has the United States failed to address this problem, which clearly stems from the fact that anyone and everyone can own and operate a weapon in the United States? This is obvious. The checks are lenient, the black market is rampant, but frankly, you don't even need a black market because the weapons, you can just go and buy them. And there's no limit to how many weapons that there are in the US. The result is this. America has more firearms than people. It's true. There are 120.5 guns for every 100 residents. 1.2 guns for every man, woman, and child and baby in America. Every year it seems to be the same story. Every month it seems to be the same story. Mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. I don't think any of us can completely understand why this cannot be fixed. Why is it so difficult to have some sort of control on guns in the US?